Gurubhyo Namaha. Greetings to all. Very happy to be in touch with you. We will start with a new grantha known as Dosha Parihara Ashtakam. Sri Sridhara Venkadesha Acharya, popularly known as Ayyaval from Tanjavur. He has composed this grantha, 300 years old. There is no bhashyam, proper bhashyam, at least I am not able to lay my hand on that. And there are some Pata Beda also. There are different versions of this Ashtakam also. He is talking, dosha means defects, weaknesses, okay? Then vices. Parihara means varjanam, giving up. How to give up our own dosha. How to overcome our weaknesses. It's very important and relevant, right? All of us are interested, right? And Ashtakam means he is mentioning about that, how to give up our own dosha in 8 verses. As usual, before starting that, Swasti prajabhyah paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahishaha gobrahmanebhyah shubhamastu nityam loka samastaha sugino bhavantu. Okay, let's get into verse number 1. Anyasya dosha ganana kutakam mama etat avishkaroti niyatam mayi doshavatvam doshaha punaha mayi na chet akile sati ishe doshagraha kadam udetu mama isha tasmin. We will do the anvayam of this so that we will make it very, very simple. The meaning will be very simple. Mama etat anyasya dosha ganana kutakam niyatam avishkaroti mayi doshavatvam. Mama, my, etat anyasya dosha ganana kutakam. Kutakam means inclination. Dosha ganana means to finding fault with others. My inclination, my desire to find fault with others. Okay. Niyatam, always. Avishkaro, certainly. Niyatam, certainly. Avishkaroti, it reveals what? Mayi doshavatvam. If I find fault in others, that reveals my own fault, my own defect. So he is talking about what parihara? Parihara of your own dosha of finding fault with others. Very nice, isn't it? You can find fault on your own, but that also you is going to deal with that, but don't feel guilty about it. You have to see your own fault so that you can rectify them. Okay? Doshaha punar mayina chet. If this dosha of finding fault with others is not in me, ishe akile sati. Everything is God. We say everything is God. Being so, tasmin dosha graha means how can I find fault with others? Kadamudetu. How can I find fault with others? Mama Isha, oh Lord. He is telling, oh Lord, if I am finding fault with others and everything is God, that means it shows a doshavatvam, a fault in me. This is verse number 1. Now verse number 2. Esha vyata itara krita iti mama isha tasmin kopo yati swa para kama mukha prasuta seyam vyata iti mayime na katam nu kopaha swasya vyata swa durita prabha hi sarva. Again, doing anvayam will make it very simple. See, these verses, they want to fit into the meter, chandas. So the word will be accordingly arranged. Some word will be deliberately left. We have to supply some words. So the anvayam is very important. It is very challenging. In the absence of bhashyam, the commentary, the anvayam is very difficult to get the meaning what is intended by the composer. Right? Here, Hey Isha, O my Lord, Esha vyata, this defect, this suffering, itara krita iti, my suffering is done by others, itarasmin kopahamaha. So when I am suffer, I always say that it is the fault of others, because of that I am suffering. Okay? and I get upset with them. I get angry with them. Okay? Yadi iyam veta swapara kama mukha prasuta. If this suffering is caused by the conflicting of my desire with somebody else's desire, how can I only find fault with others? It's also my fault. If I'm not getting something because my desire clash with somebody else's desire, how can I only blame him? I am also supposed to be a party to that. That's what he say that. Then what is the point of getting upset or angry with him alone? I should be getting upset with me. So this swasya sarva vyata dvash durita prabhava. All this my sufferings, I need to understand that it is out of my own sins, my karma. So he is again saying that there is no point in getting upset with anybody else or finding fault with others. If anything you are suffering, it is due to your own karma. Then third verse, kama briti akila dosha nidehe mama yesha mayyaha dosham iti konu duragraha asmin heyatvam alapati yo ayamalam nakena varyaha ata sattva vati saha ayam asat kim aha. This is the third verse. Mama kama prabhriti akila dosha nidhihi asti. Starting with kama, desires, I have all entire dosha, a list of, a full treasure of dosha I have, okay? And if somebody says that the dosha, these doshas are in me, okay? Nu asmin kaha duragraha, why do I get wild on him? If somebody says that you are the repository of everything, and somebody says the truth that you have this, why do I get upset? Then, okay, then ata mama heyatvam yaha alapati saka kena varyaha. Suppose because of this my dosha, I should be avoided if somebody says that, okay, how can I stop him? Because Sattvavati Mayi Saka Ayam Asat Kimaha. He has not told or talked about anything which is not true. If I have defects and somebody says that I have defects, why do I get upset with him? If you have defects, if somebody says you have defects, don't get upset with him. On the contrary, find out it's true or not. Deal it with appropriateness, with the merit of the speech or the opinion. If it is correct, then make amendments, corrections. If it is not correct, just forget it because he doesn't know much about you. This is verse number 3. Verse number 4. Yaha samsritaha swahita dihi vyasana aturaha tad doshasya tam prati vachostu tat anya dosham yat vachmi tan mama na kim shataye Swadesha chinta yeva mama tat apanoda phala chinta taha. The author says that one can talk about other defects under any one of the three following conditions. If at all you want to talk about defects, identify or show some defects, only under three conditions you can do that. What do you say that? Yaha samsritaha. If the person has approached you for guidance, he is asking for it, either as a student or a son or one seeking shelter in them, ashram, the Guru Sishya Parampara, with the attitude of taking guidance. So, yaha samsritaha. If he is asking you, please let me know what are my defects, because so that I can correct them, I can improve upon. So, what he has to be what? He has to be, a person should be approaching you for a guidance. You should not go and tell him. You should approach you for guidance. He can be your son, or he can be under you as a disciple, your sishya. Then second condition he say that swahita dihi. He is personally interested in getting his dosha corrected. Swahita dihi. He has got that buddhi to correct himself. Vyasana aturaha. So he must be suffering. He must be inflicted by the suffering, or he is having this difficulty due to this dosha. If he is suffering, you are not able to tolerate it, you can tell him these are the defects in you. The three conditions. Tad doshasya tam prati vachaha astu. Point out the desha to the person only. Tat anya dosham yati vachmi. Suppose you say his defect to the third person, okay? Tan mama na kim shayate. Will it not be harmful to me? If you want to find out a dosha of somebody else, only tell him. Don't tell about his dosha to the third person. That even when he is asking for it, when there is a situation demands, when he has got a buddhi to correct himself, he says that, Swadesha eva chinta me. I think of only, you think of your own dosha. Tat apunota phala. Even when you are thinking about your dosha, you should think it from how to correct it, to take a corrective steps, not to feel guilty. So we have dealt with the 4 verses in this session. The next session probably will be the concluding session. We will handle the balance 4 verses. Thank you for this opportunity.